when there was a fan on. The idea behind this wasn't to listen to fans. People can hear the difference. It's to listen to you talking. And someone who is just upstairs right now, just something, because this isn't going to let them use that thing that causes me to get really sick. So they know that people will know the difference between when they're using that technology and just talking. But this is partly what I'm saying. There's something in their minds. They're mentally ill that they think people can't tell the difference of a fan. You guys have listened to my other videos, and I know I'm offline and they've said it too. But you guys can tell the difference between a fan and people talking. This is partly what I'm saying. And this is what I'm thinking. Like, what I'm thinking is in their mind, in their little world, they must be really the smartest people in the world because they have to tell everyone every little thing. In my world, I'm not the smartest person in my world. I don't have to tell people every little thing. I don't have to micromanage people. This is what this is. This is a bunch of micromanagers in life who have to tell people every little thing and can't just let people do their own thing. They have to watch people, constantly be on the person's case about every little thing because people they associate with must not be smart enough to think for themselves. I don't associate with people like that. And I also don't associate with micromanagers. So I'm going to go back to letting you guys hear. I'll be here for a little bit longer and let you guys listen. Okay, so they're admitting they forgot the point of this, which was not about every little thing. It was about the fact that they're talking, and these are the voices that they claim don't exist and are in people's heads and are signs of schizophrenia. No, these are the voices of people who wired this building to keep the talking going. And just like they should have been on the phone with the police saying, I'm hearing voices, there's something wrong. No, instead, they're up all night, all day talking. This is part of the issue with this. The issue with this is that someone is missing the idea behind all this. This is not just illegal, but it's something that looks like a mental illness when it's not. So when people report, I heard talking, and you can record it, they should never be called people who are suffering through something mental that's a mental illness. The point of this is not a fan. This is my point. Regular sounds aren't the issue. We're not looking for fans. We're not looking for wind blowing, doors moving around. We're looking for something that's not normal sounding, like people talking 24/7. The other big issue with them is that they say, I'm going to go out today, they're going to confront me. I'm ready for you. This is part of this. This is what I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove that gang stalking is happening. You are proving it, and you're proving how it's done. So arguing with you in the middle of the night isn't the point. The point is that this is what's happening. And this wasn't something that was happening all my life. That was another lie that I'm disproving. I'm also going to disprove they just said this is what happened at Lacoste. No, it's not. Because this is, like I said, we're not going to keep going over things that happened ages ago. I left Lacoste in 2017, so we're talking about now almost 10 years ago. I'm not going to play this game with you of dwelling on the past so that you folks can feel like you can change the story and feel better about it. If it was an issue 10 years ago, it would have been addressed 10 years ago. And this is my point. I'm trying to prove that gang stalking is happening. People who are hearing V2K voices, which this technology uses, because this is one, they're not using it now because it picked it up. They're not mentally ill, they're not schizophrenic. So this is part of this. They will keep going over the past, and that's part of what I'm saying. There's something about this whole thing where they feel like if something happens, we could just do, well, in 19 such and such something happened. In 2017, something happened. And people will be, sure, let's talk about that. No, people will say, what does that have to do with anything? You're not arguing with me. You're creating voices in my apartment based on information you don't know about. You're talking amongst yourselves and scheming to set me up today. Thank you. So on that, I'm going to end this. And of course, I always try to add every form of law enforcement. Now I'm adding the media just to keep this being exposed every single day, that this is how it works. This is gang stalking. This is targeting. This is the V2K voices. And it's happening here where I am. Thank you guys for listening.